Hi guys, I'm Clem and welcome back to this new reading vlog. So today it's Monday and it's actually very close to midnight. So I'm starting this vlog right now, like at this hour, because I had a really long day. I started class again today and I had a lot of things to do. Like I had 2 presentations to do and tomorrow I have an exam that I should be studying right now instead of doing this, but you know, priorities. So anyway, I still wanted to film today even though it's late, but I did some stuff today that I wanted to talk to you about, and I wanted to let you know what I'm reading. So concerning my reading right now, I'm reading The Young Elite by Marilu. So this is the second series that she wrote. I have this book on my shelf for a long time and I was super excited when it came out because I had read like the Champion, like the Legend trilogy, and I fell in love with it. Like it's one of my favorite series of all time. So I really wanted to read Marilu because also I love Marilu's writing style. And I don't know, I forgot about this book, and recently I've seen who was it? I don't remember, Becca or no, it was not Becca, it was someone on BookTube who was reading the last one and she loved it, and I talked about it with her in the comments and she told me that I should definitely pick it up. So that's what I did. So basically The Young Elite, it's happening in this world where there were 10 years ago a blood fever, and some of the children that were like sick, they got scars, and some of them got powers, like they had the fever and then powers appeared. And so we're following Adelina, and Adelina is has a lot of scars on her body, like she lost an eye. And at the beginning of the book, I'm just like 15 pages in and it's already really hard for her what's happening to her. Like, it's not a spoiler because it's the beginning of the book, but basically it started with her being in prison and she's explaining why she's in prison. And you understand that so far, where am I? Like, her father sold her to a man to be his mistress because she's considered to be a malfaitor. Like, it's the people who got scarred from the blood fever and who are considered to be like a malediction to the family and be a sign of an abomination and of bad luck anyway. So he decided to sell her to this man in order to pay his debts and also to get rid of her because she gives a bad image of the family. So this is pretty horrible, and I don't know. And also it's called The Young Elite because in the book, like not everyone who got the blood fever got superpowers or at least powers. A few of them have powers and they're called the Young Elite. And basically I think Adelina is going to be one of them. I mean, obviously because it's the plot of the book, but yeah. So far it's really great. Even though I read only 15 pages, I love it because it's Marilu and I can't wait to read more. Today I went to my book club. I already mentioned it a few times in my videos. So I live in Paris, and in Paris there is this amazing bookstore that's a British bookstore which is called Shakespeare & Company. And if you've been to Paris, I'm sure you've heard of it, or I mean it's really popular on the social medias, like, because it's beautiful. And they have a book club, like a teen book club, and we meet the first Monday of each month and we talk about the book that was like the pick of the month. And so today I went there and the pick of the month was Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. It was the first book I read by her. I really loved it. I can't wait to read the second one, even though I know the second one is already I can already read it on tapas, but I don't want to read it like that. And anyway, I got the chance, like often the author like emails us, or once we have the author was really actually there, but most of the time we Skype with them. And so today we Skype with Alice Oseman. It was really amazing. Like, she's really cute. I'm going now to show you some of the footage of it. I'm not sure it's a good quality, so maybe it would not be there, but I'm going to try to include it now. So yeah, enjoy.
Hi everyone, I'm Alice. creator of Heartstopper. I'm also the author of 3 young adult fiction novels, Solitaire, Radio Silence, and I Was Born for This, which some of you may have read and heard of. And yeah, I'm currently a full-time author and illustrator. And yeah, that's me. As side characters in my first young adult novel, Solitaire. And in Solitaire, they're just side characters, but they're in a relationship. They're in this really loving, supportive relationship, but not much of that is really explored in the book because they're not the main characters. So I think that's kind of where the inspiration came from. Like, I had these 2 characters that I really loved, and I wanted to know more about them. I wanted to know what happens to them before Solitaire and what happens after. So that's, I decided to write that story, and that's kind of where it all grew from. I love that idea. I love the idea of writing a series, maybe for a bit younger of an audience, because my YA novels, they're more for like older teens, and you don't really get a lot of really long book series written for that age group. So I don't know what I would write at the moment that would go on for that long. But I really like the idea of writing something and having those characters go on through all those books.
Okay, last question. Who would like to ask it? Okay, did you have... No? Okay.
Would you ever write something that's not contemporary?
It's not contemporary?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would. I don't know what that would be. But I'm sure I will write something different at some point.
Cool.
Okay, great.
I had a Skype with Alice Oseman, and it was really, really great. Then I went to eat with my friend from the book club and my best friend, so amazing. We talked about books. It was really great. And also the other thing I wanted to talk about, because for me it's really important, because it's Monday, and Monday means Game of Thrones. And I need to talk about it a bit, because the last episode, so the episode of the Battle of Winterfell, if you're following Game of Thrones, you're going to understand what I mean. I was let down by this episode because everybody was telling me that it was amazing and that I had to watch it as soon as possible, but I couldn't because I was in Kenya, but still I managed to do it anyway. And I was so pumped because everybody kept saying that, yeah, it's the longest battle in the series, and I was like, okay, for instance, the Battle of the Bastard was amazing. I really enjoyed this episode. And so, of course, the episode was great and a lot of things happened, but I expected to have so many more deaths, like people dying. Like, I went into it thinking that all my favorite characters were going to die, and we had 2 deaths, like 2 for 3, and I was like, seriously, so little. Like, I was like, it's in a way it's not realistic for me that so few people died. But after I talked with my best friend, and it's like, and she told me, but you know, people have to be alive because there's 3 episodes left, and so people are going to keep dying. And actually that's what happened in today's episode. Right now I'm going to spoil today's episode, so I'm going to put something in the corner, so as long as you see this, go away if you don't want to get spoiled. So I started this episode and was like, okay, this is good, this is great. So many things happened, like Jamie and Brienne are finally together, and this made me so freaking happy because I've been rooting for this ship since the first time they were together. Like, you know, she was taking her back, I don't know where, and I've been in love with them, and finally they kissed, and actually they make love. And I was so happy, but in the end when he leaves, it broke my heart. And because seeing Brienne like that, like, it's the first time you really see her weak, and it's a weakness you're not used to see from her, like the fact that she cares so much for people and she's so afraid of losing Jamie, and she's so in love with him. I love it. It was really amazing. But a dragon died. And you have to know that I'm a huge fan of dragons, mainly because of Game of Thrones. And so when the first one died in the previous season, my heart broke. But the fact is that Viserys died, and I didn't expect it at all. No, it wasn't Viserys. Viserys died. Like, Rhaegar died, and I was not prepared for this because I was like, oh yeah, it's amazing, like, good episode, I like it. But though there's 20 minutes left, I don't know what will happen. And like, boom, 2 hours in my dragon, and he died. It happened so quickly. I screamed in the middle of my class because I watched it between 2 of my classes, and so I screamed in the classroom, and my friend looked at me so bad, and I was like, you can't understand, but my heart just broke. And the end. Can we talk about Miss Sunday dying in one episode? I lost 2 of my fave. Please, can we not do that for the next one? Like, can other people die? Like, people that I actually hate. But the death of Miss Sunday, I hoped that she was going to be alive till the very end, but then she got beheaded. But she did something amazing. Like, before dying, the fact that she screamed at Dracarys, in a way she's giving the permission to Daenerys to actually burn the city down, because like Cersei is a bitch and she deserves to die. So yeah, like, it was a good episode. I can't wait to see the next one, which will actually be almost the end. Like, there's only 2 episodes left, and I'm not ready for this show to end. Still, guys, now I'm going to go to bed because, as I said, tomorrow I have an exam and I'm actually really tired, so I will see you tomorrow. Hello, so today is Wednesday and it's almost 7 in the evening. So, do you say 7 in the evening or do you say 7 in the afternoon? I don't know. Like, I don't really know. Anyway, so yesterday I didn't vlog because I was at work basically every day, all day long. And I came home at 8 because I had my last exam of the year, so now I'm free and I'm really happy. I will have a lot of time to read and to do a lot of things. And also yesterday I didn't read at all, or maybe 10 pages, because until 2 I decided to reorganize my room and change a lot of things in it, and that's why I was really tired this morning. And also today I didn't read yet. Because I'm a teacher in a theatre group for kids, and we're starting a rehearsal for the show at the end of the year, and we're doing Coraline by Neil Gaiman that I adapted. So I'm really excited. It's one of my favorite stories, and so we started that today, and they killed me because it started at 10 and it just finished almost 1 hour ago, and I'm just dead. So I couldn't read, but right now I'm going to read. But first I really need to film my wrap-up that needs to go up actually today, so I'm going to do that now. And after I have something to tell you, and I will do that after. So I just finished filming my wrap-up, so it will be up before tomorrow, hopefully during the night, I hope. But what I wanted to tell you is that I created a new email address for myself in order to get a new 30 days free trial of Scribd, because I wanted to listen to some audiobook. So tonight I'm going to start listening to Sadie by Courtney Summer. I think her name is Courtney and her last name is Summer. I don't really know. The only thing I know about Sadie is that it's a mystery or a crime affair, or something to do with crime. And I know it's really good to listen it as an audiobook because some part of it, I don't remember if it's a radio program or interviews, and so it's done just like the interviews. So I'm really excited to see how this goes and if it's good, because I really want to read it. It intrigued me a lot, so I will see that. And at the same time I will continue reading The Young Elite and hopefully finish it before... It's not possible. I was going to say before Sunday, but let's face it, I will never finish this book before Sunday, so maybe before Wednesday, like the next one, like in a week, I hope. Hello, so today it's Sunday and it's the middle of the afternoon, and I know I haven't vlogged a lot this week, but actually I didn't really have time to vlog or to read, so it wasn't really interesting for me to vlog because no content. But still, since it's going to be the last part of this vlog, I wanted to update you on what I've been reading this week. So I haven't continued The Young Elite that much, like I read 10 pages in it, so you see I didn't read a lot. But I subscribed to Scribe for a month, and so I started listening to Sadie by Courtney Summers, and I finished it. So I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 stars because I expected so much more for this book. Like, I kept hearing people saying that it was really good and really amazing, and it was a bit of a letdown for me because it's a thriller, but I didn't like the ending. And sometimes, like, I thought there were going to be like suspense and actions, and actually there were nothing, so I was a little bit disappointed at some point, but it was still a very beautiful story. You know, the fact that Sadie is going on this quest to avenge her sister, so I really liked it, but it wasn't really a thriller for me because at some point it was just like not a thriller at all. But still, the audiobook is really great because it's a full cast audiobook, so I like that. And also there is this part where it's the radio program and the other part it's Sadie telling a story, so I really enjoyed that. And also then I finished that on Friday, and since Saturday, I started to listen to They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. I'm just at the beginning of it because I didn't really have time to read or to listen to it because I had things to do this weekend. And so yeah, I like it, but it's a bit slow for me the start, so I can't wait to see how the two boys are going to meet. Like, they're about to meet, I think. Like, I think I'm at the point where I am, they're going to meet, so I can't wait to see that. And yeah, that's it. So I'm sorry for this vlog with like no content at all. Hopefully this week is going to be better. We hope, like I hope. And I hope I'll have time to read because I don't have any exam or anything to do for college, so hopefully I'll be able to read. So yeah guys, that's it for this weekly reading vlog. I hope you liked it, of course, and if you did, don't forget to like this video and to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next week. Bye guys!